Hey, what's up, Dean? Zero Performance. We are at the shop, sweating bullets today, but the LSA Monte Carlo has not yet left. The owner came, brought a battery, brought some gas. So powered up the Holly, set in a base map. Throttle body wouldn't function, so I had him run and get the correct throttle body. He had a different part number, I don't remember, but so we got that on, and then it had caused limp mode, which I didn't know there was a limp mode, and I was thinking the pedal was no good, because why not? But I actually went in and kind of reset a couple of things, and also noticed that the drive-by wire harness has a red with a white wire that comes up, and I put it to ignition, which is wrong. That actually goes to the brake switch. It torque manages when you're on the brake or something. I don't really know. Most people don't use it, so I'm just gonna pluck it out of the harness. Now everything is working good for the most part. The injectors, I have no idea what they are. He said they shouldn't be factory. That doesn't help. Injectors are a big part of knowing or programming a Holly. So right now I just have it selected on a 48.2 pound per hour injector, and it kind of starts and runs on its own. Let's see, I might have the fuel pressure a little bit off too, but so yeah, there's a couple things that need to be worked out, but just changing that to 50 actually helped it out quite a bit with the idle. One thing I had to do different was the pedal versus throttle. I had to raise this point to get it to idle, and I believe that's the proper way to do it, is you adjust that point to kind of get it to idle. So it idles pretty good, but it kind of has a big stumble in it. So I think that's within this table, but I don't know. So it does run. According to him, it ran like 3 months ago, but he was actually here while I was fighting through. The other thing I actually did was the pink wire that the Holly is tied into for ignition. I messed up and picked the wrong wire in the harness on this side, so I pulled the whole fuse box off, and took the ignition coil wire, which stays with start signal, and I brought that out, and then I cut the pink ignition wire that I had tied the Holly into, and I just crimped it together. You can kind of see it dangling under there, kind of right there, and that solved that issue. I had to add a ground to the chassis to ground the fuel pump. I have the alternator hooked up, that's charging. I have a ground to the fender right here, so that's a direct battery ground. Then the ground down there on the chassis. So everything on the car is pretty much grounded now. And he's kind of been coming and going, and went and got the throttle body a couple different times actually. And yeah, I mean, it has good oil pressure. Can't really check anything else. Car has no brakes, so no idea if the transmission does transmission things. But that's kind of it. I don't know. Literally just sitting around waiting for him to get back and figure out what's going on. So until that happens, the Nova's supposed to get dropped off today. This says one way or the other, it's going to a storage unit, or hopefully he brings a trailer and it can go for him to finish up all the stuff, and then we can get moving forward. So my plan was to work on Nathan's truck. I'm pretty sure I figured out what's going on with it. I did a fuel pressure test last night, and it makes about 2 psi. So it shouldn't run at all, but I just dumped a ton of fuel into the fuel table, like full, I think it was like almost 240% or something like that. And the truck runs, I mean, it starts idles really good. That's all it does, because I didn't mess with anything else, but it shouldn't, but it does. But yeah, so I believe what happened was when we tuned it on HP tuners, the pump was failing. As per Justin, the pump was failing or not keeping up, whatever it was. So I sent him a link for a 255 Walbro in-tank pump. He had someone do that, and I am pretty sure, well, no, I actually asked him. They didn't use the rubber hose in the kit, but they went to O'Reilly's, bought a piece of fuel injection hose, and put it on the pump to the hat. I am 99% sure that that hose dissolved and disintegrated and is basically causing all the issues that I'm having right now. Other than that, I have everything for it. I got the new filter, the new sock, the catch can. I got door handles for him because he broke the driver's side. So I got door handles, pressure regulator, fittings, block off piece for the rail. Hopefully that works. There's other stuff here. I just don't know where it is. I lost it all now. But said it a few times. That is it on the Monte Carlo. There's nothing else I could do. There's no dash. There's nothing else I could do. Literally nothing else I could do. So appreciate you watching. Like, subscribe, hit the bell, leave me a comment. As always, have a good day.